If latest media reports are to be believed, Hafiz Saeed, the chief operative of proscribed terror group Lashkar E Taiba, has been released from jail, and along with him, other terrorists too have been set free under the guise of coronavirus pandemic. Islamabad has been misusing COVID-19 as a tool to forward its nefarious terror objectives. The latest move of setting terrorists free from jail is just another addition to its long list of favors being done to appease terror leaders who work at the commands and wishes of Pakistani military establishment and the inter-services intelligence. A report.
The coronavirus pandemic has delivered an unexpected gift to Pakistani terror groups. Just about all of their operatives who were in jail have now walked free in the name of stemming coronavirus. The terrorists who were put behind bars as a condition to keep Pakistan out of Financial Action Task Force's blacklist are now living in their homes, including LET Chief Hafiz Saeed, says a media report. Instead of framing policies for tackling COVID-19, Islamabad is outlining strategies to resume full-fledged operations of the terrorists so that they can carry out attacks in India amid the ongoing medical emergency. Highlighting on the operations of terror groups, Sona Denia, a research analyst from European Foundation for South Asian Studies, says that terrorists function in Pakistan without any fear of consequences.
Pakistan has been dubbed a safe haven for terrorism, so it's allowing terrorist organizations like Lashkar E Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed to operate within Pakistan without any repercussion.
Last month, in a tweet, the Punjab province's chief minister informed that nearly 50 inmates in a Lahore jail were tested positive of coronavirus. Such situations gave Pakistan an alibi to set terrorists free at a time when the international focus is on the deadly pathogen. Media reports suggest that Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind of 26/11 attack, is also one among those terrorists who have been released from the Lahore jail. Saeed's release does not come as a surprise because the Lashkar leader was arrested under immense global pressure and threatening of the Financial Action Task Force or FATF of it getting blacklisted for not curbing terror financing.
Last year in June 2019, I believe, they arrested Hafiz Saeed, and Hafiz Saeed has a bounty on his head for $10 million for his involvement in the Mumbai attacks, and the Pakistani government knew where he was all along because he attends seminars, he preaches in public. But when they arrested him, it was because they were under scrutiny of the FATF. They were about to be blacklisted, so they did a big political move.
In spite of having its name in the grey list of FATF with a review due this year, Pakistan has been concealing the ground realities and fudging numbers as the focus of the international community remains on the pandemic. The recent spurt in terrorism-related incidents in Jammu and Kashmir is a proof that Pakistan not only hasn't focused on the pandemic in its own land, but has also been using the crisis to funnel terrorism into India by providing monetary and military support to the terrorists.
Pakistani military does have ties to terrorist organizations in Afghanistan and Jammu and Kashmir, and it was estimated that after the Soviet withdrawal, when the United States themselves was sponsoring the Afghan Mujahideen and going through Pakistan to do that, the Pakistanis military diverted the funds, the weapons, and the militants towards Jammu and Kashmir to launch an insurgency against India. And it's not just using funds or giving weapons, it's also accommodating them.
The research analyst from FSAS believes that various sources of financial support to the terrorist groups is one of the main reasons behind the broad proliferation of terrorists within Pakistan.
terrorist groups would not be able to operate if they didn't have the funds for it. So right now we see 4 different primary ways with which terrorist groups can acquire funds. So the first is state sponsorship. There's also illegal activities, legitimate activities, and popular support. So of course the terrorism state sponsorship is, in the case of South Asia, is often seen with Pakistan. When you also have illegal activities, as is seen in Afghanistan with the Taliban, they use opium production. Then you have popular support, which is often seen in Pakistan, where commoners support the cause of a terrorist organization. And one of the best examples for this is Lashkar E Taiba, who has different branches that they operate. So their, so to speak, charity branch, Jamaat al-Dawa, let's say they can, all over Pakistan by their offices, they can put little collection boxes where people can donate whatever they can. And this is also a way for them to raise funds, and it makes it very difficult to trace back who are the people donating, because it's anonymous and it's just common people. And this is also very dangerous because it raises a sense of legitimacy for terrorist organizations. And the last major source of terrorism financing is legal activities, which terrorist organizations can use, and they can disguise them in a way that they can still operate. One of the best examples is Al-Qaeda and their honey businesses in Yemen and the Middle East.
Pakistan has been consistently supporting terrorists whose single motive is to disrupt peace in India. After the international community mounted pressure on Pakistan, it admitted to having hundreds of terrorists operating from its soil, but has barely taken action against them.